remember, as we mentioned right from the beginning of our discussion, the accounting standards represent about 70%, give and take, in the exam hall, because we're going to have that dedicated 20 marks area on the standards. Financial reporting students, single entity financial statement, you're going to be applying the accounting standards there. Then we corporate reporting students, business valuation, corporate reconstruction, accounting standards will be chasing you down there. Then even under evaluation of financial statements, there are certain questions that will require us to apply the accounting standards before we can calculate the ratios and interpret or write out the analysis for the ratios. And so if you have access to the practice question, for instance, under the ratios, there are some of the ratios where you need to make adjustment to the financial statement in the realms of the accounting standards before you, so you can re-prepare the financial statement, calculate the ratios, then you analyze the ratios. So the standards are going to be valid there as well. Then in the consolidated financial statement, question one that will be in the exam hall, we are also going to be seeing the accounting standards coming in at play, because IAS 16 will be in town under consolidation. We can see IAS 37 provisions. We can see issues in respect of other things, financial instrument, share-based payment, all of those things. Then yesterday we also saw that IAS 12 can also be applicable even in that realm, especially on the issue in respect of the intra-group trading, dealing with the provision for unrealized profit. Then finally, as part of that 20 marks theory question that will be coming in the exam hall, it's likely that part of the 20 marks will be a theory on the accounting standards. And so, in addition to the sustainability issues, the governance issues, the IT issues, the conceptual framework issues, and certainly the ethical issues, you are going to be seeing also an accounting standard question, depending on how excited the examiner is and wants to throw you under that. So, you will realize that the accounting standards then becomes the primary theme across all of the topics. So there is no way you can say, yo, I have mastered ratios when your standards are weak. There is no way you can say, I have mastered single entity financial statement preparation without a deeper understanding in respect of the accounting standards. There is no way you can say, hey, Consolidate, I am through with consolidation when you are weak on your accounting standards. There is no way you can say financial reconstruction, business reorganization, I am perfect in that when your accounting standards are weak. And so if you realize, you would then see that on the average, what is going to be happening generically is that everything you are going to do, your ability to pass the financial reporting examination or the corporate reporting exam, depends to a very large extent your ability to understand the accounting standards. And as we have said, the roadmap is simple. Make sure that you understand the principles. And at this point, if you're a serious student, all other things being equal, you would have a principle document, flashcards in respect of the key principles underlining each of the accounting standards. So you pick IAS 16, initial measurement, subsequent measurement. What are the principles? IFRS 15, IFRS 5, IAS 40, IFRS 13. Name it, IAS 20. Whatever accounting standard you pick, the core principles at this point of your preparation for the examination, you should have that summary document. It could be in a notepad, or maybe you have an iPad or some tablets, or whatever that you may have, and have those things there. Why is that important? Because you want to meditate on those principles. You want to meditate on those principles so they get into your spirit. So you know, okay, this is the principle about these accounting standards. And at times, you don't need to sit down and study anything. You're just sitting down, grabbing your notepad or grabbing your iPad, and all you are doing is meditating on the principles, meditating on the principles. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Because the law is the law is the law. The principles are the same. Once you get to that realm of understanding the principles, then exposure to the questions. Very important. And as we keep on saying, make sure you are exposing yourself to the questions and that time. I don't care how smart you think you are, but you got to expose yourself to questions and that time. And so you have the practice question kit. Put the question down. It is 5 marks there. Each minute is 1.8. Each mark is 1.8 minutes. So put a stop clock and challenge yourself. Now, as you are solving that, have your principal document by your side. So sometimes maybe you read the question, you don't understand it, but you know the accounting standard applicable. Quickly, you go back to the principal documents that you have put together. Under that standard, gather some clarity. Solve the questions under time. Punching the calculation. Now, what that does is forces you to recollect. Remember, you have been meditating on the principles so they don't depart from your lips. So you expose yourself to the questions, then you solve the questions. The solution is there, you go look at it and see what is going on. Then you can watch the video as well on the question to see the explanation. This is important because all you are doing in the exam hall is application of the things. The question that the examiner will bring in the exam hall, I don't know. But we know there will be questions on ratios. We know there will be questions on the standards. We know there will be questions on consolidation. We know there will be single entity financial statements, whether cash flow or normal single entity P&L and position. We know there will be a question on reconstruction or business valuation. But the styling of the questions, nobody knows. So in the exam hall, everything we've studied, you're going to see it there. And all you are doing is application. And the only way you can do that application very well is working on yourself, getting to that level where, you walk like an encyclopedia of the principles. And not that, okay, Baba, like you've chewed Baba and you can rattle it. No, like you understand it. That is why I said, meditate on the principles. Meditate on the principles. So they sediment, they settle in your heart, in your spirit, in your mind. By that, when you see the question and you read the question, oh, I know how to do this. Because the reason why some people are going to face challenges in the exam hall is because they are going to be fighting with time. And that will be some of your problem. And the reason people do not or are not able to find that tuning is because you read a question and you don't understand the question. And the reason why you don't understand the question is not because the question is difficult. It's because you don't understand the topics related to that question. So the problem is not the question. The problem is your lack of understanding of the principles. Because when you understand the principles, when you understand the syllabus, upwards of 90% well understood, then when you read a question, it's in your heart. The principles are in your spirit. Quickly, your brain is going to call it up and say, yo, let's apply this principle. Then you will know, okay, initial measurement, what am I supposed to do? Subsequent measurement, what am I supposed to do based on the context of the question? So your assignment is to learn how to bridge the time, how to close the gap between reading the question, understanding the question, and writing out the answers. That should be your goal. And the only way you can close that gap is having strong understanding on the things that are going on. And the only way you can do that is to practice, as I said to you, assiduity. What does that mean? Sitting down to study. Many of you, you are too some way. You can't sit down to study. And you are waiting to take one miserable 3 days or 1 week leave. And in your mind, you're going to do everything in that 1 week. I am not saying it's not possible, but I wish you well. Because, listen, this thing is not a crash course. No. This thing is not magic. No. This thing requires daily meditation, daily practice, daily work. And you got to make the time to make sure you don't go 3 days, 2 days without sitting down solving some questions. And that is how you can pass the examination. And you have everything at your disposal. The main courses, the key summary videos, and then the practice questions videos. So everything you need is at your disposal. So what you have to do is to sit down, make the time, and study. And if you are waiting for some magic thing to be done, there is no magic anywhere. Because some of you, 3 days to the exam, that's where you're going to be jumping. Hey, Charlie, some more Gubio. Charlie, they say this person, the person is the god of corporate report, The person is the Magajia of financial report, The person is the Yanum of public sector. So they are mock. Hey, I'm going to solve the mock. Hey, then you are jumping around. You don't need to jump around. Whatever you need to have, it's already at your disposal. You got to sit down and work it out. And that is the problem of the human life. That is why people are going to churches, but they join all manner of prayer meetings. It is not wrong to pray, but that is not how you grow spiritually. That is not how your life becomes successful. Because they are like, oh, my church is not powerful. My pastor doesn't prophesy. So let me go to this place. They will tell me something. Then you go. They tell you your mother is the one doing you. Your grandfather is the one doing you. Then that becomes a curse for the rest of your life. What am I trying to say? If you find that there is something that you need that is available, you sit down, work it out, because your success will come. But if you are looking for shortcuts, you are looking for a way out, life will be stressful for you. And you will not enjoy life in the manner that you expected to enjoy. It will, please, sit down, calm down, get the principles, use the summary videos, expose yourself to questions, the practice question courses, and go through the system well. Because don't just learn to go past the exam. Everything you are doing is actually for your life at the end of the day. And if you can do that, this journey, this exam will be very easy for you. And you can walk into the exam hall and you will be confident to write the exam with ease, and then your results will come and you will be happy about it. So please, sit down, leverage the summary videos, go through the principles, prepare a principle document, practice a lot of questions. Just sit down and do what must be done. There is no shortcut anywhere. Success requires labor, but you got to labor with precision. You got to labor with strategy. And that is exactly what has been given to you so you can pass the exam. I'm saying all this because some of you are just doing this thing like, oh, yeah, let's go. I've registered. If I pass, I pass. If I don't pass, I don't pass. No, bro. That's not how this life is supposed to be built. Okay? You don't say, yeah, if I pass, I pass. Baby, you are going in there, you are sitting down, and you are writing the exam, and you are passing. And I tell people this. ICA is very cheap. So, people, like it's not expensive. So people, that's why some people have that attitude. Oh, you just have to be writing. You just have to be writing. Yeah, because it's not expensive. It's not expensive. If you're spending upwards of 10,000 per paper, I don't think that will be your attitude. If you're spending 10,000 for registering of one paper, I don't think you will go to the exam hall lackadaisically. I don't think you would take the class, you would take the material. I don't think you would take something for granted. That's just my theory. Because I see how much? 600 cedis, 800 cedis. You've registered for a paper. Ewo, ejalawa. But you need to understand that that is what you have. And that is what you have to work on. Others are able to do it in record time. You can also do it if you can only work hard. And that is what I want you to understand, because that is very important, so that you can be ready mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, so you can pass the examination.